Sweet delay.
I'm gonna fly tomorrow. The Seven Nation Army couldn't hold me back. They're gonna rip it off, taking their time right behind my back. And I'm talking to myself at night, 'cause I can't forget. Oh, back and forth through my mind behind a cigarette. And the message coming from my eyes says leave it alone. Don't wanna hear about it. Every single word's got a story to tell. Everyone knows about it. From the Queen of England to the hounds of hell. If I catch you coming back my way, I'm gonna show it to you. And that ain't what you wanna hear, that's what I'll do.
Hey everyone, Joe here. Just wanted to do an introduction to the next build in our cat series. We are on my favorite, the F8F Bearcat. You can see it here. It's the 148 scale Hobby Boss kit. If you go back in my archives, I don't know why you would ever, but if you do go back in my archives, you'll see that Ben and I built this as a buddy build not too long ago, last year or the year before sometime. He did the -1, I did the -2, so now I get a chance to build the -1. So I'm pretty excited about that. And again, the Bearcat is my favorite out of all the Grumman cats. As far as aircraft go, it's not without its problems, but it was considered the best handling piston fighter aircraft of the time, and it actually outperformed most early jets. So pretty impressive aircraft, very, very fast, typical Grumman, big-bodied aircraft. You know, this thing had a couple different variants, 20 cals, and then also the 50 cals as well. So should be a lot of fun. And we're going to go ahead and open this one up. And you can see right away we got some extras. So pretty excited about that. And we have our Montex mask. We also have a Edward mask. Mainly because sometimes I don't pay attention to when I'm buying stuff and I end up buying duplicates of things. But I tend to like the Edward mask much, much better. The Montex is a vinyl mask and it can curl up on you throughout the process of the build. And so it can, it's no fun. Sometimes you have a lot of cleanup to do afterwards because it curls up. It doesn't stay down the whole entire time. So, but the Montex masks are also very much cheaper and more readily available for just about every build. We also have a quick boost for the wheel wells. And the reason being is this kit, last time I built it, the wheel well detail is very, very lackluster. And you can kind of see right up into the wheel bay and engine compartments. So thought I'd get this just to add a little bit of detail to it. And then finally we have the Starfighter decals for F8F-1 Bearcats in USN service. And the one we're going to be doing is this last one here, which is the NAF-NOTS. Reason being is I really want to do these yellow wings. All the other Grumman cats, you know, they're the sea blue, and I wanted to break it up a little bit. I'd already done a battle ready Bearcat for the -2, so I figured this would be a lot of fun to try and do these. So hopefully these decals will be okay, and we'll get to use those and have some fun with it and add a little bit of color. I did contemplate using this paint scheme, speaking of color, and I decided against it. I don't like painting yellow cars, let alone a whole yellow plane. So, although it would be an interesting build sometime down the line, though, for sure. Of course, in the kit you get the other variant, which we won't be using. We get our instruction sheet here. Pretty typical. It's a small kit, as you're gonna see in the parts here. Here it's only a couple sprues, 3 or 4 sprues, counting bodies, and you know, nothing. It's nothing too intense. Great detail on it. Fuselage has a issue joining up sometimes, so that could have been just from me in the last one. So we'll see if that happens again. And in typical Hobby Boss fashion, we have a side compartment with the more delicate stuff, and also wrapped up really, really well. Got to give it to Hobby Boss. They really do pack their kits very, very nicely. I do like Hobby Boss kits. They're really nice sometimes. So that's what we got. We may be doing a photo, coming back with like a final and photo build like we did with the Saber, or maybe we'll do something different. Maybe a little build along and see what we can do. But we'll have some fun with it either way. Alright everyone, so we are done, and here's just some pictures of what we kind of did along the way of the cockpit and then the final. So here you can see some of the cockpit we've got going, all buttoned up for the most part. Did some wiring. You'll see here in the next few pictures that we did some wiring, and you know, just to add a little something to it. You don't see this at all once it's all together. So there is that. Just another angle of that. The instrument panel decal is really poor. I wish Quinta would make a set for this Bearcat. That would just make it next level. But the decal's pretty sad. Here's our resin rear engine plate and firewall, I suppose. Pretty darn cool. I really like this thing. It fit perfectly. A little trimming had to be done, but nothing major, and it looks so much better because you can see up into the inside of the wheelbase into this thing. So we really got it grunged up, got it dirtied up. You can see from the sides of the cockpit walls there, we got a lot of dust and debris going because that's where the engine is, and that's kind of where you'd have a lot of mess, but a lot of fun doing this one. And then we buttoned it all up, and as I anticipated, there were gaps. This is a thing with this Hobby Boss kit, but it's not really a problem. You can see there's just a small gap here and a small gap over here as well on the bottom, but not a big deal. All I do to get rid of those is use these 3 things: some black super glue, some acrylic powder mixed in with that black super glue, add it real sparingly, let it flow into that crack, hit it with the Instaset, and then go back because it will shrink a little bit. Go back, do another layer, hit it with that Instaset. You're ready to go sanding. But here are the final picks. Overall, I built this the way I wanted to, and I kept it very, very clean. There's not even exhaust staining on this one. I love the look of it on the bench, and I was like, I'm done. I like it. I don't want to do anything more with it. I didn't even put panel lining on the yellow. The pre-shading worked perfectly. I started putting panel liner on the sea blue. It didn't really show through. This is the MRP sea blue, and I think it looks the exact part, which is perfect. And then we use that decal set from before. And you can see, I don't know, there's just something about it. It's kind of like the Blue Angel scheme, but it's not. It's different colors. This was used for rocket testing. The front of the aircraft, just showing you the menacing look of the Bearcat and its huge propeller. And then the other side view, got some of the stencils on. There weren't too many. The decals that we used just laid down so nicely on this. Everything just kind of worked out, and I was really happy with this build overall. Now we have like a more of a top-down view, just to kind of show you the decals and that pre-shading on the yellow. Again, I think it just kind of, it works, and so I left it alone. Another top-down view here. You can get a little bit at a better angle, and you can kind of see into the cockpit a little bit and see our decals along the sides of no stepping. And then a lower angle with a vignette view, mostly because I accidentally got some of the piping of the photo booth in there on the side, so we just bit of vignette here. But I think it does look pretty cool with this angle underneath the wing, and you can see underneath that wing towards the cockpit, you can actually see up into that bay, and that's why putting the wiring and the resin engine piece in there was kind of neat. Just another side pick here, front side, different angle, and that's really about all I got. So this was it for the Bearcat, the F8F-1 Bearcat, my favorite of the Grumman cats. And what that means is up next is the F9 Panther, and then the F9 Cougar after that, and then the F11 Tiger, and then the F14 Tomcat. So I hope you enjoyed it. And again, I'm liking this format right now, so I'm sticking with it. But until next time, everyone, I hope you're doing well. I hope you're staying safe. Take care.